We are here, everybody. Monday edition, orange or blue today. What time is it? Time to talk about an ugly win and the main takeaways from the Broncos' ugly win over the Jets. Cecil Lammey here, flying solo. Andrew Mason, set to return from assignment very soon. We appreciate Mace. We miss Mace very much. And we're here to talk about this game, this win over the Jets. I feel better than I did this morning at 10 a.m. At 10 a.m., still learning how to speak English, but I felt really down after yesterday's game, even though it was a win, because of the disappointment felt for this Broncos team. This Broncos team is better than that. Barely beating a Jets team. Jets give up 27 plus to everybody. The Broncos scored 13. Now, it's certainly not the defense. It's that Broncos offense that needs, well, what do they need? Comment in the live chat. Also, comment down below, and we'll talk about it. And what do the Broncos need to get back on top? The three biggest takeaways from the Broncos' ugly win over the Jets. Here to discuss all things Broncos football with you. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Cecil Lammey here to talk about this game, to talk about what the Denver Broncos have to do going forward to get better. That's later on. Right now, three biggest takeaways, and I want to know, how do you feel? How do you feel, Broncos country, after this win? I do feel better, but it took some time. It took some time. Swink says, time for Sean to check his ego. Three biggest takeaways from the Broncos' ugly win over the Jets. It is something that I believe you need to see this Broncos defense lead the way. Now, tying into that is the ground game. More on that in just a little bit. But I believe the first thing that you need to see is this Broncos defense. They're a defensive and ground game team. They lead the way on the ground, and that's what they just need to do. You need to lean on it. You need to lean on that rushing attack, which ties into the defense, because the defense can stay fresh. The defense can send wave after wave after wave of pass rushers. And yeah, this pass rush with 9 sacks, Justin Fields had 9 completions. Let the defense lead the way. Let the defense lead the way. And that's what the Broncos should be doing, because that's the best part of their team. Like right now, we can look at this Broncos team and we can appreciate everything that everybody does on both sides of the ball, but we can also look at this team and go, oh, their defense is the best part. And that's not even a question right now. Now, why is the offense so far behind? And far behind what they should have been doing? That's a question for later on in the week, of course, preparing now for the Giants. And we'll turn the page quickly. An ugly win like this, there's no need to go on and on and on about it's so ugly. Oh, my God, it's ugly. And the Broncos. And it also doesn't mean I'm seeing a lot of this. And unfortunately, I have to see it, because I would like to live in a world with rational thinking to lead the way for everyone out there. And I'm talking about everything, not just sports, everybody. I would like rational thinking to be what everyone does, but here's what happens when you barely beat the Jets. Bo Nix sucks. Bo Nix is mid. Sean Payton sucks. God, none of that is true, okay? My biggest takeaway is some of y'all need to calm down on these hot takes about Bo Nix is terrible. Bo Nix was really good in the first half, and then Sean Payton's play calling got him off the mark. But the defense leads the way. More on Bo and company a little bit. The defense leads the way. It's what should be happening for the Denver Broncos. It's what needs to happen, because that's what they do best in that pass rush. I said it yesterday. Thank God for Jonathan Cooper, and thank God for Nick Bonito and everyone on that defense. Justin Sternot had a day. Alex Singleton wasn't a liability, as he is most every single game. Now, that's likely mostly the Jets than it is Alex. He's playing on a bum knee, everybody. Like, that knee's just, it's probably never going to be the same. For an aged player, like I saw a YouTube chat say, like, oh, you guys so tough on Alex Singleton. He's really good in the community. I'm not talking about him in the community. He does great work with Special Olympics. Like, I flip and love Alex Singleton off the football field. On the football field, he's a liability, period. The Jets didn't pick on him enough. Of course, the Jets don't trust their quarterback. So that's what happens when you face a bad team, but you made a bad team look bad offensively. Your offense looked bad because Sean Payton's game plan was offensive. But this defense leads the way. The sack, just incredible that you have 9 sacks. You're averaging 5 sacks a game. You've got 30 sacks. The next closest team is Pittsburgh. They have 20 sacks. So you're 10 sacks ahead. 6 games in. It's basically a couple sacks a game. Sack and a half, if you want to do the math correctly. Like, they're that far ahead of everyone else in this league, and that defense can continue to do this. Like, what should change? Offense should improve. And what can stay the same? I think that's an examination for the Broncos. And what changes with the Broncos? Well, we hope that offense gets better. What changes with the defense? Well, if Dre Greenlaw comes back, that's a pipe dream right now. It's week 7, though. So maybe, just maybe, Dre Greenlaw is out there and can stay out there. If he missed the first 6 games and then he's back, everybody, and he's healthy forever, then I'm fine with that. It's not ideal. But again, with these banged up players, I'd rather have them banged up in the season than late in the season and into the postseason when you really need to build that momentum. Sean, you really need to build that momentum later on in the year. Right now, it's rough. Offense is rough. Right now, defense is winning you games, and they needed to. So, again, Vance Joseph defense, just let them do their thing. Now, help them by not going 3 and out. Help them by running the ball. Help them by keeping them fresh, because when this defense is fresh, it's problems. Just a ton of problems for opponents. And your next group of opponents, you could be 9-2 at the bye. We'll see about the Chiefs and the refs. Hey, let's play a football game and have no flags called on them. Could the NFL be more obvious about having the fix in for the Chiefs? Yeah, I'm using that term. Could they be any more obvious? Anyway, don't let me rant on that because it would be bad. But yeah, you could be 9-2 at the bye. Every game is tough. Every game is its own thing, but you're also building as this season goes on. It's an aggregate. Why am I so disappointed from yesterday's game? Because it's an aggregate. I haven't seen this team look the way that they should offensively until the fourth quarter of the Eagles game. They didn't look that good. Now, again, first half, yes, Bo Nix missing a wide open Pat Bryant on the scramble that he didn't pick up the first down. You know, so if we want to nitpick some things, he missed a pass in the second half to J.K. Dobbins on a screen with blockers in front of him. Would have been a big play. He missed a wide open Pat Bryant on the play that he ended up scrambling on. Like, you need to see those things. But none of this means Bo Nix is mid. None of this means Bo Nix sucks. None of this means Sean Payton sucks. Sean Payton needs to be better. He needs to call a better game. And if y'all aren't mad out there, fine. I think anger is a low-level vibration anyway. So disappointed? Yes. Angry? No, not really. But certainly disappointed. Certainly kind of messed up feelings-wise because, like, it's a win, but it's an ugly win, but it's a win, and who cares? I want to quote the great John Bush, wash my blanking hands of this. I want to wash and go on. Giants game next. But we got to get through this one this Monday. And on a Monday, how are you feeling, Broncos country? I want to know in the live chat, and also drop a comment down below. Appreciate you for helping out Orange and Blue today. But defense, you're a defensive team. You're a run team, and you're a defensive team. Until we see otherwise, until we see this passing game light it up, until we see Bo Nix look like the Bo Nix that we expected entering year 2, and I don't think it's any sort of sophomore slump. It's just trying to figure out this new offense, trying to figure out it's 6 weeks, though. You should be looking better than this after 6 weeks. This isn't September. September football is basically preseason. You should look better than this going forward. If you're the Denver Broncos, we hope, we have faith that they can do that, but they must take action and they must actually do that. So until then, let the defense lead the way, set them up by running the ball. And I don't mean 8 players getting carries. Why is Evan Engram getting a carry? I know it went for 7 yards, but still, like, I don't want to see that. Marvin Mims once in a while, fine. But I just don't like the window dressing of like, here's a jet sweep and here's a fake end around and here's a burr, and like just run it down their throat. So, number one, you're a defensive team. Number two is let Bo Nix cook. Let him cook. Is that what Glorilla said? Let her cook. Let him cook. Bo Nix can cook. And Mark Schlereth pointed that out this morning. And I think in a way, and I'll talk to Stink about this tomorrow, I feel in a way Stink was covering for his buddy Sean Payton because he was blaming the execution more than the play calls. And I blame the play calls more than execution. Now, who am I to disagree with three-time Super Bowl champion Mark Schlereth? Well, I think it's a great debate. And again, blame, whatever. Like you just can't look at this game and be like, I'm fine. No, it's a win, and that's the best part of it. But there's things to clean up offensively. You need to be better. And to Stink's point, like they don't believe Bo Nix can beat them. Okay, well, prove them wrong then. You're Sean Payton. That's Bo Nix. It looked pretty damn good at the end of last year. It looked pretty damn good. And again, you're facing a bad Jets team. So it's not like the Eagles. And in the Eagles, you had the fourth quarter with Bo Nix leading the comeback. So, like, trust Bo Nix, don't trust Bo Nix. What is it with Sean Payton? Because at times he'll trust Bo Nix, and at times he doesn't trust Bo Nix. And it's like, just, you already took that leap of faith, right? You're already out there in the ocean that is the world of sports, and you got a little dinghy. Your life preserver is Bo Nix. So you're going to complain about your lifeboat, or are you going to say like, okay, how do we make this work? Bo Nix is better than you're allowing him to be. Think about that. Sean Payton's play calls aren't putting Bo Nix in the best position. They did in the first half. He only had 3 passes hit the ground. And then in the second half, in the third quarter specifically, he attempted 3 passes. That's preposterous. It's ridiculous. And if they are, hey, they're stacking the line to stuff the run. Single coverage outside. Go deep. Go deep. How many attempts were completed over 10 yards? 4, I believe, top of my head, looking at Bo Nix's passing chart. So let Bo cook. Hey, they don't think Bo Nix can beat him. Then beat him with Bo Nix. Okay? And to do that, you're going to have to run some play action, some bootlegs, some rollouts. He can't miss wide open guys for a touchdown. He didn't throw it at Pat Bryant. He didn't even see Pat Bryant, I think, until the end of his run when he like squatted down before he crossed the first down marker. Don't want him to take a bunch of shots, so I'm not going to say like slide, dive there or whatever, but it's like just make sure you get past and you get the first down, because what happens next is you're 3rd and 1 or 2nd and 1 or whatever it was, and then all of a sudden penalty, then another penalty, and then you don't have yourself in position to score. So Bo Nix needs to be better, but Bo Nix also needs to be allowed to cook. Broncos defense doing their thing. If you run the ball and, they're stacking the line to stuff to run, then run play action. Then can you continue to run the ball and run play action off of that? But let Bo Nix cook. Don't take the ball away from Bo. Again, preposterous. Go out there, and by the way, the Nate Atkins play, that's a well-known Sean Payton play. So that's not like Sean drew it up and he was so deceptive. Everybody knows Sean Payton's got that playbook and that play in his playbook. That's an old Sean Payton play. So like, okay, what else you got? Right? What else you got, Sean Payton? What else you got, Bo Nix? Believe in Bo Nix, let Bo Nix cook, and get out there and win some games, and look good doing it. So, how you feeling, Broncos country? Number one, I want to know that. It took me some time to kind of, get over this win, get over in the way that they won. And I believe my man Zach Bye had a great point today during Crosstalk that this shows you the expectations have changed. At least they should. At least they should have changed. I believe this team can make a run at the Super Bowl. So does Sean Payton. So do the guys in that locker room. Not many other people do, which is fine. But if you're going to have those sorts of expectations yourself personally, as a player, as a coach on that team, as an analyst on the radio and here on YouTube, then perform better. Now, I just get to talk about it because Lord knows I could not play football. Go out there and perform better because your expectations are higher because you're better than this. You're better than 13 points against the Jets. You're better than not having a passing attack or just using Evan Engram enough, but not as much as they should. More on that in just a little bit. But I want to know how you feel about this. David says, fantasy football guy, no expert, never has been. Tell that to the teams I consult with, David. Go ahead. Or David, you put your game plan in because I know you're very smart and very dialed in. So yeah, I get some of that, and I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. So David, good luck on your journey through life, and I appreciate you for commenting and helping the algorithm. But either way, and what is it with Facebook? What is it with old people on Facebook? I'm grumpy. I'm yelling at clouds. Now, we have one more key takeaway from this Broncos ugly win over the Jets. Maybe David thinks it wasn't an ugly win. Like, it was just awesome to win 13-11 against the Jets. Before we get to that and the final point, and I'll get to more of your comments here in just a little bit, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Today's episode of Orange and Blue Today is presented by Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Ramos Law was founded by Dr. Joseph Ramos, an attorney and ER doctor, to provide exceptional care to those injured in accidents. With a unique understanding of both medicine and law, the Ramos Law team is built to fight for you every step of the way. Experience the Ramos Law difference. Contact them today at ramoslaw.com. All right, more of your comments from the chat here in just a little bit, but let's talk about the third and final point. And I kind of spoiled it there a little bit. It's Evan Engram. It looks like Evan Engram can do a little bit more. It looks like Evan Engram might be working his way into the good graces of Sean Payton. It looks like we might see more of Evan Engram going forward, and I appreciate that. It was mysterious to me when Mike Kliss was in London, and I talked about this on Thursday or Friday's show, and Mike Kliss was in London, and he suggested, like, hey, they're looking for that number 2 target. He didn't say wide receiver, but he said number 2 target outside of Cortland Sutton. It's clear to me that it's now Evan Engram, which is good. That's a positive thing. Now, there will be a competition for the other passes for Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims. Pat Bryant may get worked in more. I could do that on tomorrow's show, a little bit of Pat Bryant love in terms of the number of snaps and how he's getting worked into this offense. It's better than you think for Pat Bryant. So let's put a pin on that. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But I look at Evan Engram and I go, okay, more. Yes, more. Joker, yes. And not the carry. I did not like the carry. It was 7 yards, so I guess I should take it. But, like, for me, I want him being deep middle seam. I want that part of the field open up for Bo Nix, especially if teams are stacking the line to stuff the run. They're stacking the line to stuff the run. Bo can go downfield. It doesn't mean just on the outside. Downfield, especially if you move that safety with your eyes and he goes over to court side, then all of a sudden, deep middle seam, Evan Engram, touchdown, Broncos, because your linebacker is going to have his back to Bo Nix. And if I see that linebacker's name on the back of the jersey, Evan Engram, over the top, big play, or a touchdown for the Denver Broncos. So I like that. I appreciate that Evan Engram is getting worked more into the offense. We really saw that against the Eagles. We saw it against the Jets. So there's plenty of good from this game. Ugly win. Maybe that's my fourth takeaway. Like, there's plenty of ugly from this game, but there's also plenty of good. And part of that is it looks like Evan Ingram's going to do a little bit more. We know that Matt Parrott should be replaced as the left guard. We'll see if that actually happens this week. I'll be out at Broncos Park powered by Common Spirit. So that'll be cool to be back out there, to be back in the locker room, back at the podium, back talking to people. It's just good to have them home. I don't like the international games. I've ranted about that enough. I just don't think they work. I don't think the NFL will ever be an international sport. And I believe they're a waste of time, and they're going to do them every single year. Every single team is going to have to play an international game. So I suppose instead of being grumpy old man and complaining about it, I should just get used to it, because this is what the NFL is going to do. Roger Goodell's legacy is trying to make the NFL an international sport, which watching that game or watching any of these international games, and thank God I don't watch the broadcasts for the international games. I'll watch the coaches tape. But, like, the fans don't know when to cheer. They're just like, yay? Question mark? Either way, getting off track, back on track. Evan Engram is there to do more, and I appreciate that. Now, let's get to your comments in the chat room. It is Orange and Blue Today, Cecil Lammey flying solo. Mace should be returning very soon, so we're all very appreciative of Andrew Mason, and we miss him much, and we can't wait to get him back. So everyone stay tuned for that. As we'll get Mace on board once he's done being on assignment. So now I'm going to take your questions. Yes, right here. Midnight Marauder 007. The fans in London look confused and drunk. Sounds about right. Sounds like my college years. But yeah, confused and drunk. And just the energy, like an NFL stadium has energy. And certainly Mile High and Power Field at Mile High, guess what you get to do now with all of these home games coming up? You have home, away, home, bye. So there you go. And you have a great home record, longest home winning streak in the NFL. Keep it up. Keep it up. Yes, I believe Jesus is correct here. I wish we had stopped using 3-backs. Use Dobbins, RJ, sprinkle in Mims. That's it. Period. Jesus, to that I would say, or Lipways, because I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, it should 1,000% only be 2 running backs. Once in a while, if you want to give Marvin Mims one of those jet sweeps, that's great. That would be awesome. But until then, it's Dobbins. It's a heavy dose of Dobbins, 15 carries. It's a heavy dose of RJ, 15 touches. Can you at least get that? Why is Adam Prentice getting more snaps seemingly? Why is Nate Atkins getting more snaps than RJ Harvey? If in fact, and I've asked the questions, and Mike Kliss would back me up on this, if in fact RJ Harvey is doing what he needs to do behind the scenes in terms of pass protection, picking up the offense, football intelligence, all that kind of stuff, I'm getting thumbs up on all that. Like, they believe in what he does. They like his study habits. They like what he's doing behind the scenes. They like the way he's learning pass protection. If all that's true, why aren't you playing him? Now, if that's not true, and yeah, teams lie, everybody. If that's not true, and oh God, he's terrible in pass protection, or he's not picking up the playbook, then that would make more sense. But in asking and kind of picking up on the vibes is that RJ Harvey is fine behind the scenes. We'll play him more. Use him more. He's right there. Right there. So KK says this, no idea why Evan Engram didn't get fed in the second half after that first half he had. Exactly. Like, this first half, they were looking good. You felt good about the second half. This team, man, they get in the end zone a couple more times, and then you just didn't have that. Didn't have that. I like that from TD. Bo plus Engram finally starting to cook. That is good, and that's that can lead to more good things in the future. That's for sure. So the Denver Broncos need to make sure to do that and make sure to mix in more of Evan Engram. Davis Webb needs to call plays. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's probably not going to happen because of Sean Payton. The Prentice run was mind-boggling. 3rd and 10, here's a fullback. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense at all whatsoever. So Sean T-Dog says Sean's playing it close to the vest, not showing any more than he has to. Yeah, against a bad opponent, you didn't have to do that, but it would have been nice to be more precise in what you were doing. So what did you learn from this Broncos win, and how are you feeling, Broncos country? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you never miss a vid, because we appreciate you here on Orange and Blue today. I'm Cecil Lammey saying thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and would you please stay frosty?
For over 20 years, my family, like so many of you, has proudly been part of Broncos country.
Every season, we feel the energy, passion, and commitment that defines this team.
And now we are honored to be the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos.